Er,
We gon' testify, killing that run uncut till the day I die. Till the day I die. Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe. Cowboys nation on a mission to regain that throne. With our soldiers on the field, we're getting deep in the zone. Giving that CCC, classic Cowboys content. Angry Cowboys fan is who we with. Angry Cowboys fan. Getting that CCC, classic Cowboys content. Angry Cowboys fan is who you with. Angry Cowboys fan.
Get your popcorn ready as we talk about all Angry Cowboys fan podcast, and it's on.
Get your popcorn ready as we talk about all Angry Cowboys fan podcast, and it's on. And it's on. And it's on.
yo, 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 yo. What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Truly appreciate y'all rocking with the channel, rocking with your homie, and taking this time. What's today? Thursday? Yeah. Taking your Thursday afternoon or, your early afternoon, wherever you're at, to hang out with your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Truly appreciate y'all, but y'all know how we start out these lives and everything. We got to start them out with saying what's up to the people in the chat. Right now, we got 14 people up here, but it's going to grow because that's how we always do. Got something in my tooth. Anyway, what's going on? The Basement Boys is in the house. T-Jack in the building. All right, B Savage says, I'm a New York Giants fan, but love your content. I truly appreciate you rocking with the content, and best of luck to your team this year. Real talk. Hey, in the building, what's going on? Jared Thomas is in the house. Metal Mark, Miss Nisi is in the building. All right. We got V. We got A. All right. And we got Darian Denton in the house. What's going on with you? All the way from Facebook. If you're not following your man on Facebook, I highly suggest that you follow the Angry Cowboys fan over on Facebook, as well as TikTok and X. I'm on Instagram every now and then, and on some realness, I might leave X alone because that thing is a cesspool. Real talk. It's a cesspool of negativity that I don't know. I just ain't got the skin for. But Cowboys Nation, I know it's been a minute since we've gone live and everything, and y'all know what's been going on in my situation. Actually, this past weekend, I went camping with my wife and grandchildren and totally spaced that the Dallas Cowboys were going to be playing their first preseason game on Saturday. Well, I believe they're going to be playing all their preseason games on Saturday. So it's like, damn, And this Saturday, I got to DJ a wedding. So I ain't going to be able to see I ain't going to be able to see the game. But y'all know I will watch it on the rewatch. I'll go to NFL.com, got the subscription there to be able to watch the all 22s as well as the condensed versions or the full version of the game. So I'm going to be bringing y'all that raw and uncut when it comes to our Cowboys against the Baltimore Ravens. But Cowboys Nation, I want to let you guys know that I have put the link in the chat for you to come up and spit your raw and uncut. So, all I ask is that you show your face on the camera and you respect everybody, whoever's on the screen talking, giving their raw and uncut. Just try not to cut them off so we can have some reciprocity in our conversation. But with that being said, there's a few topics that I want to go over. I'm not going to keep you guys too long tonight, but the first topic that I really have on my head is, why does it seem as if some people in Cowboys Nation are looking for any reason to pile on Brian Schottenheimer after the first preseason game? I mean, I know, like, since he has been hired to the Dallas Cowboys, it's been things like, we're going to be aggressive, we're going to be dominant, we're going to oppose our will on the opposing defenses and things like that. And whenever you come to the joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams and then the preseason game with the Los Angeles Rams, it looks as if we left that aggression at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brian Schottenheimer is singing the same old song and dance, but I'm like this. Just give him time. You know what I'm saying? This is the first preseason game of his career as a head coach, of the Dallas Cowboys team having him as a head coach. So let's just give him a little bit. I mean, I've gone on record. I've said in previous videos that if we win a Super Bowl in Brian Schottenheimer's fourth year of his contract, the final year of his contract, we go to a Super Bowl and we actually win it, he's done his job well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of fan that believes that we should think that Brian Schottenheimer should get us to a Super Bowl championship this year. Nah. This is his first year. Even Nick Sirianni didn't do it in his first year. So let's give this man some time. Let's give this man some time to put his stamp on this team, because remember, it's not just him getting into this job and being like, all right, I'm going to, take it by the horns and I'm going to do things my way. No, he's contesting with the front office. He's having to coach in spite of the front office, just like every other head coach that we've had. The younger generation that you've had in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So let's just give Brian Schottenheimer a chance. Let's give him a chance so he can implement his system into the Dallas Cowboys so that we can see that the run game is still going to be a priority, because he was saying with Jesse, he was saying that, when he was with the Seattle Seahawks, they had the number one rushing attack. When he was with the New York Jets, they had the number one rushing attack. Let's see what he can do, especially with Connor Riley and Clayton Adams in the fold, working with that offensive line. I got a feeling that it may not pop at the beginning of the year. Don't get it twisted. If we go into this Philadelphia Eagles game in week 1 and we take a L, that's not the end of the world. And I hope that Cowboys Nation doesn't treat it like the end of the world. Oh, we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to suck again this year. No, you can't do that, because I vividly remember, wasn't it 2023 that the Dallas Cowboys went in the first game and they played Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and we lost? We lost that game. But Dak Prescott went up to him, said, I'll see you again. Saw him again in the wild card round. Sent him packing. Sent him to the crib. So, don't get weary. Don't get down if something like that happens. But at the same time, I feel like we could catch them slipping. You know what I'm saying? Just because they were the Super Bowl champions of last year doesn't mean that they're the Super Bowl champions of this year. We can catch them slipping. And that's exactly what I hope we do on week 1. But, I got somebody waiting in the wings, waiting to come up live. And like I said, I want you guys to come up and spit your raw and uncut, because what I want the Angry Cowboys fan to be is to be a safe haven for people, for Cowboys fans to come up here and get things off their chest. You know what I'm saying? Get whatever's on your mind, get it off your chest when it comes to the Cowboys. And hey, when it comes to life too. But one thing I do ask, no politics. Please, no politics. We escaped that bullshit by coming to the Angry Cowboys fan. We don't need it coming here as well. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But real quick before I bring this person in, I just want to tell y'all a story real quick because tomorrow, Cowboys Nation, I'm gonna try to go live. I'm gonna make some content, but if you hear it in my voice, you know why. But I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow because I'm gonna need your help. Tomorrow would have been Rick's 46th birthday. His birthday is August 15th. And so it's gonna be a rough one for me. You know, the first year of not having my brother and not being able to call him and wish him a happy birthday personally. It's gonna weigh on me. So I asked my Angry Cowboys fan family to help me out with that. All right, but let me go ahead. Oh yeah, speaking of which, speaking of my brother, y'all know that in 2017 I played semi-pro football with the Storm. I'll show y'all the I'll show y'all the news clipping real quick. Show y'all the news clipping right here. Hail Mary, Storm win title on final play. All right, and you can see your boy right there by my finger down there at the bottom. Well, yeah, we won that championship, but I couldn't get my championship ring. I couldn't get my championship ring, and that kind of sucked. You know, I was beat up for that. You know, I couldn't afford it at the time, and ever since then, my brother held a chip on his shoulder, like, bro, you deserve that ring. You deserved that ring. He was like, I would have been late on the rent to get that ring, but I didn't want to do that. But fast forward to 2025, early 2025, he went into the hospital in May. So this was like February 2025. And I came across a mixture. It is the original championship ring that I missed, but it also has another date on it to pretty much commemorate the entire organization's history. But it was the championship ring nonetheless. And I told my brother, and he's like, yo, you got to get that. How much is that? And I was like, I ain't telling you how much it is because I know he was just gonna send it to me, and I hate to do that. You know, I hate to lean on that. And he's like, forget it. I'm gonna send you 300. Sent it to the cash app, and I ended up ordering the ring, and I had it embroiled on the inside, and it says ham and egg. Love you, bro. And he used to call me Egghead, so he used to call me Egg, and and I used to call him Ham just because I couldn't think of anything else. But that stuck with us throughout life. Needless to say, this past weekend when I got home, I got this chain right here, the number 15, because his birthday is August 15th, and 15 was his number. And I ended up getting the ring, ended up getting that ring. So I got my championship ring finally. I truly appreciate him. He knows that he's looking down right now, smiling because I got it on my finger and not in the display case. But I appreciate you, Rick. I love you, Rick, and I thank you. And like I said, it's gonna be his birthday tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to celebrate without crying too much. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and bring on the person that has been in the backstage for like 30 minutes. Yo, he all right, guys. Here we go. Hoodie Kush is in the building. What's going on with your hoodie?
What's poppin', everybody?
Oh man, you know what it is, man. It's just chilling, man. Appreciate you coming up. Appreciate you hitting that link.
Indeed, indeed, man. First and foremost, man, let me say congratulations on the championship ring. Granted, it was a long time ago, but you got it. You know what
That
I'm saying?
that
You
was
got
the
it.
that was the thing with me. Like, man, I got the memories, I got a video of the game, but I just didn't have that ring.
Yeah.
And it really festered in my soul, and he knew it.
Well, I mean, from the to have to have somebody as important as your brother be able to do that for you means the world. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And like I said before we contacted each other. You know what I'm saying? Dope dude, man. Dope dude. So
Yeah.
he'll definitely be missed. But
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna kill the somber. Let's get out of the somber. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get nobody upset.
No,
About
no, 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 bro. You ain't gonna get me upset. I mean,
it. No,
um,
like it's not like in a negative. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's like when people talk to me, when me and my brothers, we sit around and we talk about our mom. You know what I'm saying? She passed in '08. I was in prison, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't there for her when she went. So it's like when
My
we talk
condolences.
about her, I still harbor some type of feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So the last thing I want to do is, dredge up those old feelings and then make it awkward or uncomfortable. I mean,
Nah,
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care. I don't really
nah.
care about
Y'all
it.
family, man.
You
Y'all
know what I'm saying?
family.
But that's the point of it. We family, so
That's
I
what it
understand.
is.
And another thing, I'm pretty sure I don't know if you read it in a private chat, but man, I want to thank you, man. I definitely want to thank you, man. I got to give you your flowers because there's few content creators who allow me an opportunity to have a space. You know what I'm saying? Very few. Um, and you just like you know I've already named them in the private chat. You know what I'm saying? Some of the goats, the who's. You know what I'm saying? They know who I am, and that's thanks to not just you, but me constantly being around. Brandy Mahoney, Nisi, Coyote, T Jack. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Law Nation, CFT, CFO, CFO Sports. You know what I'm saying? Like the who's who, and
yeah.
and I'm still learning, not the greatest, but I'm still learning, and I appreciate y'all for at least being willing to allow a newcomer to come in. You know what I'm saying, and try to make his mark. So just want to give you your flowers, bro.
You know, no matter how big your audience is, no matter how many subs you have on your YouTube channel, you are always at one. You are
Facts.
always at one. So I look at it. It's it's simple. It's easy. Like when Sports Junkies up here and we have the
Mm.
facts over feelings going on, which is gonna be going on pretty soon.
Shout
Y'all
out
stay
Sports
tuned in.
Junkie,
Shout out
my
Sports
guy.
Junkie. It's happening pretty soon, y'all. Facts over feelings. But anyway, you know, like word. My light just went off on me
You know what
like
I'm
that.
saying? They
Dang.
don't just like you just.
My light just went off on me like that. Dang. All right, let's
When you
switch it
was
up.
getting yourself prepared, I wish I could have joined you, but I'm at work right now, so I can't. Poetries of life. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, for those that don't know, I am an avid weed smoker.
Ain't
But
nothing wrong with it, bro. Ain't nothing
but
wrong with it.
but real quick, let's go ahead and get to the topics of the Dallas Cowboys because
Yes,
we've been
please.
talking personal stuff and people are like, damn, didn't I tune in? I ain't tune into some life coaches.
Yeah, heard that. Like, but that's what we're
Uh,
here for. We're here for everything, sports and life.
that's what it is, man. If I could say something or if I could hear something that's going to affect my life in a positive way, then definitely want to say it and I want to hear it. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? But anyway, one of the topics that I have is I was talking about why do people give Brian Schottenheimer such a raw deal so early in his head coaching career. You, like right now, after the joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams and the preseason game, they're like, where is this aggression that he was talking about?
Hmm.
Where's all this? And I'm just telling people, just chill, just wait. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, I mean, they're taking what he says and they expect him to. They're expecting him to make immediate changes. It's like an instant gratification thing. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Well, you said we would be more aggressive. You said we would be more physical. It's the first preseason game, you know. And these are the second and third stringers, people. Like they're not the starters. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not the Tyler Smiths all pro. They're not the
Yes.
all pro wide receivers. They're not the Pro Bowl defensive linemen. You know what I'm saying? All pro Micah Parsons. They're not these guys. These are guys we are evaluating, trying to see what pieces we have in this building that we could put on this team to elevate it.
Right.
That's what preseason is meant to do. It, I don't care how many games you win in the preseason. That
Right.
means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, is Ryan Flournoy going to be on the floor getting open like he's getting open in preseason? That's what it comes down to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're finding out the who's who. You know what I'm saying? Who can you put on this squad that'll make Dak's job easier, CD's job easier, Micah's job easier, Trayvon, so on and so
Yes.
forth. You know what I'm saying? That is the point of preseason. It's not to say it's now I'm not gonna say we don't want to see his words take action. Oh, pardon me. Of course we do. Of course we want to see his words take action. But it's there's stepping stones, there's building blocks. Just
Yes.
like just like we talked about in the beginning of the all season, we were talking about culture, right? Well, just like the physicality thing and getting better as a team, building blocks. There's certain
Mhm.
steps you have to take in order to build those things. In fact, the key word in all of this is build.
Yeah.
Build. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When you're building a house, do you just slap the walls up and call it a day? No. You got to have a proper foundation. You know what I'm saying? You have to
Right.
pour your foundation, let it harden, and then you build on top of that. Once you get your first floor done, you build on top of that. And if you want a third floor, shoot for the moon, build on top of that.
Right.
Building blocks. It's not instant. It's not. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Shout out. Shout out John Simon. What's going on with you, man? What's going on with your brother? But I look at it like this. Like I be driving down the road. I drive this certain way, and and when I drive this way, I pass this old animal shelter. You know, they moved to a different location, so there's this building here that used to be the animal shelter. And I always think to myself, and I tell it to my wife, I'm like, damn, I bet them walls smell like cat piss. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, could you imagine just buying that place and just moving in and bringing your stuff in? It's gonna smell like hell in there. So you got
Yes,
to pretty much destroy that building
tear it
to
down
build
to
it back
build it
up.
back
Yes,
up.
and
Tear it down to build it back up. That
this
is the theme.
this organization, and I won't say since Jerry Jones has been here, but since that last Super Bowl, has a piss foundation. It reeks to high heaven. It is the main thing isn't the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that you have to get rid of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones or the Jones family, but they have to really do some looking in the mirror, some soul searching to be like, yo, do we really want this as a football organization? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you guys like Jerry Jones, you're in the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Fame for your advertisement for what you brought to the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like now, also add more Super Bowls to that.
Facts.
You know, I just don't
I
get
don't
it.
know. I don't know if Jerry understands this, but like as great as he is at marketing, God, he's stupid. Like,
Right,
because if he knew better, he would do so much. We're worth 12.8 billion off of $150 million investment. If you win a Super Bowl right now, that will skyrocket to 15 billion.
oh
And
yeah,
if you win another one, that'll skyrocket to 20. You can you can go ahead and stir up all the drama you want. As if I was the player, star player, he can say whatever the fuck he want. Has nothing to do with us on the field.
right.
But unfortunately, his actions have a lot to do with what goes on the field. You know what I'm saying?
And like,
Jerry, if you would just stick to what you know, talking. Go ahead, talk all you want. Stay away from here. Stay away from here.
yeah,
You can talk all you want. Most people have what they call publicists, right?
hmm,
So what a publicist's job is to go out and PR. You know what I'm saying? Public relations. Boost you up, especially if you need a job. If you're a prominent actor, musician, you have a PR guy, a publicist, somebody who's going to go out to the papers, go out to different venues, and prop you up. Jerry,
Somebody,
that's all we need you to do. Be my PR guy. Stay away from the football field.
that's it. Just completely stay away from football personnel because he doesn't. I don't understand for the life of me why he doesn't get the fact that you being the owner, you're the end all be all anyway. So if you have a GM in here, a legitimate GM, if you make Will McClay the GM, he still has to come to you to okay this.
No matter
Like,
what.
why do you feel like you have to be in that position? Because it really, it really robs the Dallas Cowboys as a football team. And I know I've had some people, tell me like, "Oh, why are you so on Jerry Jones and the Jones family? Why do you keep doing this?" It's like, hitting your head against the wall. But it's like they hear us. They hear
Oh yeah.
us. They
Oh yeah.
heard Cowboys Nation clamoring for a wide receiver too. They
Had George
thought
Pickens.
Jalen Tolbert was okay. Like Jalen Tolbert's good. Went into the 2024 season with Jalen Tolbert, and we're over here screaming to high heaven. We need a wide receiver too, George Pickens.
Exactly. All right. So I have to address the Jalen Tolbert thing. I have to address it. Been on a few spaces with your guy Nick's on X. You already know. Shout out to your guy
Shout
Nick.
out.
And somebody asked me a question last night, like, what's all the hate for Tolbert? There's no hate for Tolbert.
Right.
I have no hate for Tolbert. But what 3 or 4 other receivers on this team can do. What's up, Dacones? What 3 or 4 other receivers on this team can do, Jalen Tolbert can't come close. You need a guy to high point the ball. You got George Pickens and CD Lamb. You might as well say you got Jonathan Mingo as well, because he's a bigger bodied physical receiver. If you want somebody who's not going to get pushed around, you can go ahead and get George Pickens, Mingo, and Ryan Florida. You see my point? Like, so it's not. There's no hatred towards the young man. The young man, he can lead the team in touchdowns and all that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, while Jalen Tolbert was still here, even CD, Dak had to be the guy who led the league and tight window completions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means? That means your receivers aren't getting open.
Yeah, they're not getting
There's
separation.
no separation. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So he's forcing the ball in. The same thing we were just coming at Joe Milton about Saturday. You forcing the ball for what? You know what I'm saying? Well, in Dak's case, he had no other choice.
Right.
No other, and he's led the league in tight window completions since 2022. That's the year before his MVP year and the year after his MVP year, during his MVP. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a way to make this team better, to elevate this team, and one of your guys who was a bright spot touchdown wise by proxy is on this team, and you can get some type of trade value for him, take it. I'll say the same thing about Jalen Brooks, because his stock is going up from training camp. You know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily have to see the field. They can see the field somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I just wanted to address the Jalen Tolbert thing.
I mean, seeing that's for me, and it seems as if you either hate or you love. It's like black and white. There's no in between. It's not the fact that I don't want to see Jalen Tolbert employed or anything like that. It's just the fact of fit. And maybe with the Mike McCarthy scheme, he fit. But I just don't see the fit. I don't see the fit.
I don't see it either. I mean, even if you look at the Angie Rebel Chicks, how are you, Sweet Pea? Darren and Denton, how are you? Retro Grain Grub and Cowboys, what's the deal? C. Burleson.
Just hey, guys and gals, how's it going? Thank y'all for joining us.
When I look at the fit in Jalen Tolbert right now, Jalen Tolbert did well last year due to the fact that CD was injured and we really had no other choice. By the time Mingo saw the field, we had Cooper Rush in, and Cooper Rush wasn't doing shit for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
wasn't doing a damn thing for him. You know what I'm saying? It was like Cooper Rush had it out for Mingo. That's the way it seemed to me. You know what I'm saying? Because literally everything was either in the dirt or over his head. And he
I
was
think
open.
that's just Cooper Rush. Like, wasn't the first
Unfortunately.
pass that he threw for the Baltimore Ravens an interception?
Yeah. Yeah. That's Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, I just I want to see everybody succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, when you have 92 dudes on your roster and you're in preseason, someone's got to go.
Someone's got
There's
to
got
go.
somebody's on the chopping block. And if you're looking at take preseason week 1 for example, we saw Tolbert out there, we saw Flournoy, we saw Mingo, we saw Jalen
Trey,
Moreno proper, we saw Trayshawn Holden.
Sean. Yep.
Who were the bright spots? I'll let you name them.
Trayshawn,
Mm-hmm.
Mingo,
Mm-hmm.
during the preseason game,
Yeah, during the preseason game.
Flournoy.
Revolving Fairweather.
Yeah, Fairweather. Yeah, yep.
You see a trend there?
They
All physical dudes.
that was one of the topics I was going to talk about.
All
Is
physical dudes.
is you're fleshing out your wide receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
Got all those guys in there, and chat. You guys can join in, please. But what would be your wide receivers if we're holding on to 6 wide receivers? Who are those players?
For me,
Yeah.
well, we already know the who's who of the first 2. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? CD, GP. The way it's looking, Turpin is definitely sticking around. Me personally, as a head coach, if I was to say, it's going to be the more physical guys. It's going to be Mingo. It's going to be Flournoy. It's going to be Trayshawn Holden. Out of those guys, that's who it'll be. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing with that, Big Sarge. He said Tolbert was the best special team player available. Here's my thing with that, bro. Are we forgetting C.J. Goodwin? Are we forgetting C.J. Goodwin? And for as old as he is, he's been a staple on that special teams.
Yeah, he has.
One of the best gunners we have. So I mean, it's not so much to say Jalen Cropper can't get back there and do your special teams work. It's not so much to say Turpin is going to remain in the spot that he's in because nobody is Cavante Turpin. No one is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Tyreek Hill. That should tell you all you need to know. You know what I'm saying? And if you really want a gunner, if you really want somebody who's going to make a big impact on special teams, you can go ahead and bring in Sam Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Slam.
And somebody said something. Somebody said something. Somebody said Mingo needs to beat out Turpin or Tolbert, but Milton isn't helping. Here's how Milton's helping. Here's how Joe Milton is helping. He's throwing passes to open receivers. So that tells me the receiver is already doing his jobs. No, that's what we have Turpin for. Turpin returns the kicks and returns the punts. You know what I'm saying? And they also throw in Wanye Thomas. It's not like we don't have a litany of guys who can't do the job, who can't get the job done. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand. If you're going to be a wide receiver number 3, 4, 5, you have to play special teams. I get that. I get that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I feel like Trayshawn Holden should be one of those wide receivers because he has that dog mentality in him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from day one, he was in that interview talking about, I'm coming for heads.
Yeah, I'm coming for
his
heads.
own team. So you put that man on special teams as a gunner, then I think he would get the job done. He would be worth his weight in gold, as well as being able to bring something, a change of pace at the wide receiver position, wherever they decide to put him at.
All right, so you're saying Tolbert is the replacement for Turpin on special teams for injury. Is that because he has speed? Me personally, I believe Wanye Thomas definitely is a lock. Wanye Thomas is
Wanye.
definitely a lock. You know what I'm saying? Follow the money. When you start talking like that, follow the money, right? They didn't bring him back just to let him go. You know what I'm saying? Wanye Thomas shows promise. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your wide receiver room, don't get me wrong. I get it. If he's the craftier guy that's going to be out there on special teams, returning kicks while Turpin is possibly injured, then fine. That's what you're going to do. But there are other guys who are capable of doing that job as well.
Right.
We just have to see it.
Right. All right. Honestly, I don't care about winning and losing a game in the preseason.
I don't.
It is more the opportunity to evaluate players, situations, etc. It's more about individuals and groups winning individuals. Yeah. That's really what it is. It's to actually get in there and have a simulation of game time speed. They are going game time speed, but it ain't your number one guys that, go with speed as well as precision. These
Facts.
guys are out there just running around trying to make a spot on the team.
For
But
sure.
it does give Brian Schottenheimer a chance to see like that game on Saturday. Joe Milton came out, first 6 plays were pass plays.
Mhm.
It's not because we got to get this first down. It's more of I want to see what he has. I need to see what he has in order to, evaluate him properly.
I want to see how fast he can. If you saw, I'm pretty sure you watched it like I watched it. In the beginning of that game, before the first snap took place, you saw Joe Milton shitting bricks.
During headlights.
Tell me you didn't. You saw him shitting bricks. He felt out of his depth. They called 6 pass plays to calm him down, to see how well he can calm down and maneuver his way through. It finally happened in the second quarter, but this is something that you need to see. Especially, think about it, right? He did so well in the last game of the season last year with against the Bills. He did so well. He was horrible in the preseason last year. You know what I'm saying?
You can
Then when
see, you can
Mhm.
see with that
Mhm.
the last game of the season. Like, what are you doing?
Jeez, please.
You're not
Jeez,
going
please.
anywhere. The New England Patriots ain't going to the playoffs, so you have
Sure.
nothing to play for other than
Exactly.
to put something on film. The preseason, the
You
rest of
trying to
his
make
life
the
is
team.
ahead of him.
Exactly. You're trying to make the team. You're trying to cut the mustard. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You're trying to really dig in and attempt to force the coaching staff to choose you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we know he has a big arm. We know he has a pocket rocket on him. We get that.
Ugh.
Does he? No Diddy.
Did he?
No
Ugh.
Diddy.
No,
Okay.
it's in a pocket
But
rocket.
but does he have those intangibles? You know what I'm saying? Does he understand leverage? Does he understand how to layer a ball? Does he understand the coverages? That's what you have to look at when you're evaluating a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest, the battle, like you heard it. You heard it like I heard it. Oh boy, they just picked up Dak's replacement in Joe Milton. Joe Milton going, Dak better watch out because if Joe Milton come in and he going to take his spot. The battle was never against Joe Milton and Dak. It was
No.
Joe Milton and Will Greer. And
Yeah.
right now, you're losing to Will Greer. They're giving you the snaps because you need them.
Mm-hmm.
They know what Will Greer. We know what Will Greer has. We saw it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So we know the coaching staff needs to see you, Joe Milton. Can you settle down? Can you learn the offense? Can you play the quarterback position in a way to where it's beneficial as a backup? So that way, when and if you do come in, there's no drop off. I don't see a drop off with Will Greer. I think he can handle the workload.
A little drop off, but it's not
I mean,
as
it's
yeah.
not a major drop off. You know what I'm saying? You at least understand. You at least understand he can run the offense. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? With
He
Joe
does.
Milton, it's more like, all right, what Joe Milton are we going to get today? Are we going to get the accurate Joe Milton? Or are we going to get the gunslinging Joe Milton that throws the ball 9,000 feet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That man, I was watching that game and he was just like zoom, zoom.
I mean,
I'm
they were
like,
pretty. Don't get me
whoa,
wrong.
whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, bro,
And
he's wide open.
who was that?
Touch.
Was it Flournoy or Brooks? There was a play on the right
Flournoy.
where it just zoom right over him. If he would have hit him in stride,
Bruh.
walk in.
Flournoy had those DBs beat by 5 yards. He had those DBs beat. Our receivers had their DBs beat by no less than 3 yards. You know what I'm saying? They had them beat by no less than 3 yards. A little bit of touch goes a long way. Take a little bit off that arm of yours, big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like now, don't take it like I'm trying to cage you. My philosophy: I'd rather rein a dude in than to force him to keep moving faster. I'd rather you play 100 miles an hour so I can rein you in.
Oh yeah,
Because I know at least you have that in you where you can just go. I don't want to have to force you or incentivize you to play harder. If you Maris Leofau, right? Take Maris Leofau, for example. Maris Leofau his snaps in that game, monumental for him.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog.
Monument. And it showed.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather rein him in. All right. I saw how you almost overshot the quarterback, Stetson Bennett, on that run, but you still brought him back inside. Good IQ. Good IQ. Slow it down so you can make the play yourself.
Right.
You know
right.
But
Definitely.
but you got some guys like Jalen Tolbert, where it's like, Jalen, you're running kind of soft. Your footwork out of the break isn't as polished. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting as open as we would like. I need you to pick it up. That's harder to do.
Yeah.
You know what they say in the hospital? It's easier to warm up a body than to cool it off.
Yeah. And that, like I said earlier, I just feel that Jalen Tolbert doesn't embody the archetype that we're looking for whenever it comes to what Brian Schottenheimer is doing. And from the outside looking in, the man's gonna need aggression. You know, you can't be decleated on the field all the time, you know, just getting popped. And yeah, you get back up, it's whatever, but man, I need you to be able to, when that person comes to pop you, he hits a brick wall and you look down at him like
it sends a message. Like, believe it or not, it sends a message when a team can go ahead and pop you. Don't even wrap you up. I'm talking like shoulder pop you. You know what I'm saying? And you're sitting there looking at them like, I don't want to go over there no more. But it also sends a message if you attempt to pop one of these receivers and they look at you like a Jonathan Mingo up and down, like, oh no, you ain't big enough. like a Jake Ferguson. Like, how do you think linebackers feel and corners feel when Jake Ferguson hurdles them?
Oh yeah,
it's big. Like, hold on, big man can move like that, and we can't just hit him. Like, we got to literally 3-4 dudes wrapping. That sends a message. Shit ain't sweet. Shit ain't sweet. And if they feel like prime example, 2023 playoff game. How did CD react to the physicality he received from Jair Alexander?
Now say that again.
How did CD feel in that playoff game with the physicality that was brought to him by Jair Alexander? He didn't feel too good. His head was out of the game.
Yeah. And it seems
when
like
you allow such things like that, when you allow that physicality, it could either make or break you. That game had broken. But he came right back in 2024, hurt shoulder and all, and dogged it out.
Which I didn't like, but hey, it is what it is.
But it also showed that he got tougher. It also showed that, wait a minute, CD ain't just finesse. You know what I'm saying? CD can get physical. He's understanding that about himself. We already know George knows he can get physical. We already know Jonathan Mingo. He gets physical. He don't mind you putting hands on him because I'm put him right back on you. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Flournoy, he's shifty enough, fast enough, and big body enough to understand that you can try to get physical. I'll just burn you.
Right.
Jalen Tolbert, I can't say the same thing.
And I don't see him. I don't see him picking up blocks like on the bubble screens and the jet sweeps and things like
And that
that. I just
matters.
don't see him being able to seal, you know, to seal off the edge.
And that matters. That
It
matters.
it does. It really does. You got to have those big body receivers in there to do that, and he just does not fit that mold to me. But C says we already got a quarterback. Why are we trying to showcase Joe? Sounds like some snake Jerry tricks he had to do.
Okay, so
See,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
see, we want to showcase Joe Milton because we want Joe Milton to be what we think he can be. We want a security, uh, an insurance policy behind Dak Prescott just in case Dak Prescott goes down, or if they decide to move off Dak Prescott, we have somebody that has been waiting in the wings, working with this organization and the coaching staff in order to get it down pat. I hate when people say we should get rid of Dak Prescott and have no plan behind it. They tried with Trey Lance. Cooper Rush was just a placeholder, you know, but they tried with Trey Lance, didn't work out. Now they're trying with Joe Milton. So they have to see what Joe Milton has in order, to move forward in that position battle.
Facts. Facts. I mean, I look at it like this, Cowboy Nation. At least they have the bodies in here with a plan. At least we have a coach in here who has enough moxie about himself to say, I'm not the smartest man in the room. I'm not going to sit here and put everything on Rain Dakota Prescott. Let me get somebody else up in here. Let's coach them up. And if, for sake of an argument, he goes down again, we have someone that we can rely on.
Bro, and Joe Milton, he's big bodied as well, being that dual threat quarterback. Man, I'd be the type to have Dak Prescott under center with Joe Milton all the way out wide. Him step back, you throw him the ball. That's a bomb right there. He's either taking off or he's throwing a bomb.
Those are your options. Those are your options. You know what I'm saying?
Come up on, you play up on him, he's throwing that ball over your head.
Now, I don't know if this was one of your topics, but words in action. I'm gonna go into Shoddy here for a second. Words in action. Shoddy says we want to be a physical running team. Mm-hmm. First preseason game, first quarter, you don't really see that.
Shout out Big Time Show.
I want to push back on that, and only to say this: was how many times did Joe Milton get sacked? Let's look that up real quick.
Let's look that up real quick.
How many times did Joe Milton touch the dirt last Saturday?
All right.
And I don't want to hear, oh, well, they were backups, because those are the same guys y'all talking about. Why aren't we doing this? How come Dak and CD aren't out there? I don't care. They're backups. It's the preseason. But how many times was Joe Milton sacked last weekend?
I'm almost there. Come on now. All these buttons I got to click. Damn. Should have been ready. He was sacked one time, and he was pressured 8 times.
One sack, 8 pressures. Now, I'm going to go over to the Rams, right? And I want to see how many times he was sacked. Just because.
One time, 5 pressures.
One time, 5 pressures. So that's right on par, right? They pretty much wash each other out a little bit. Doesn't that mean that your offensive line, in spite of the penalties, doesn't that bode well for your offensive line? Doesn't that mean they were getting physical?
Yeah, I mean, just allowing 1 sack, the quarterback pressures they definitely need to get the bugs out of.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen teams, get pressured 6, 7, 8, 9 times by one dude. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just in a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen Jalen Carter pressure quarterbacks like it's nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Michael Parsons do it on several occasions. You know what I'm saying? Got quarterbacks running for their lives. So 8 pressures in one game, I'm not too down on that. I mean, again, these are second and third string guys. You know what I'm saying? Playing against second and third string guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, anything is like it's not to say that when our starters are in. Now, granted, they'll be playing the starters, and we know football is football.
Right.
You're gonna scheme some shit. Probably gonna get a pressure. Probably gonna give up a sack. No one's perfect. No
Right.
one's perfect. But for a preseason game, for your quarterback to only touch the floor once and to only give up 8 pressures in a single game, for a dude who played literally most of the game, who literally doesn't have who didn't have a clue what he was walking into. You know what I'm saying? You saw it in the beginning of the game when he was shitting bricks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That
Like,
bodes that bodes well. I think it bodes well.
and
You know what I'm saying?
like him, that's that deer in headlights look. That's when you walk in and people talk about Dak Prescott having the deer in headlights look. If I were a quarterback that I knew that it was all on me to have to pull out these victories, I'd kind of have a deer in headlights look myself. But hey, Carlito Cash, man, I kind of feel the same as you as far as Will Greer. Will Greer got that dog in him, and he's
Yeah.
able to run,
Hmm.
and he has touch on his passes. It ain't just one. You know, it ain't just go. He can actually do the quarterback position. Well, I wouldn't have him as the starter, but he is if the Dallas Cowboys were to treat the running back position as a priority. If they got a decent back behind Will Greer,
Yes, man, I'm telling you. I would want us, me personally, going against the Ravens. I would personally start Will Greer for a quarter. I would start Will Greer for a quarter just so Joe Milton can get a good look at situational football, how to place the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think him starting now, not saying that if he starts this game, he's going to walk out there shitting bricks again. I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I think he finally got those nerves out of the way. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? In week one of the preseason. So hopefully we get a more polished, a more game ready Joe Milton. If we don't, put in Will Greer. Let him show him the ropes. Because we know you're not playing Dak. So
right? And, at least he didn't throw up.
yeah, well, you know what
you
I'm saying?
know,
What my guy,
hey,
this a
dude, what's
good
going on?
my guy, this a good John asked us what we think about the running game from what we've seen.
The running game from what we've seen. I know that Malik Davis just came up in here and staked his claim right off the jump. He got here on a Thursday, and that Saturday he was playing and got 63 yards.
Off of
So
7 carries.
off of 7 carries, yeah, nine yards a carry. So it's like you gotta take him into consideration now. At
I
first,
mean,
at first
good.
the at first the whole situation was a big question mark, but now that you throw Malik Davis in there, I'm thinking like maybe you go with a Malik Davis and you go with a Phil Maffa, Jadon Blue, and Javante
Javante
Williams.
Williams. Okay, I agree. um, Malik Davis definitely put his name out there. Malik Davis definitely came to play. Um, I don't think I don't think any of these running backs outside of your Jadon Blues can have that type of production because he's a smaller back. You know what I'm saying? Phil Maffa's your big guy. He's your run up the middle, pound that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
No diddy if necessary. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and what I liked about our running game over um over the course of the game, like Phil Maffa, you can see that his vision is clear. You can see he's really good. His vision is almost perfect. He sees the hole, no diddy, and he takes it. You know what I'm saying? Man, Sean Diddy Combs fucked it up for America. We can't even speak like men no more, dog. Like, I was
Yeah.
watching Lethal Weapon the other day, and like some of the stuff that Riggs be saying is like, bro, we can't even say that. Like, bro, we can't even
Yeah.
talk like men no more. This is bullshit. Like, but yeah, man, the vision, like seeing their vision, they're seeing the gaps and they're taking them at full force. You know what I'm saying? They're hitting the holes and they're going. You know what I'm saying? They're decisive. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get that level of production and more from say a Jadon Blue or Jadon Blue or Javante Williams, shit, even Miles Sanders. Even Miles Sanders, like, because we don't know, we might be getting the Miles Sanders in 2022. You know what I'm
Yeah. I
saying?
hope we get him with a chip on his shoulder.
I hope so too. I mean, the way he was talking, it's about to ask for the pigeons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm
we shall
hoping.
see.
Tricks
Um,
Trick says, "Oh no, the Flournoy over Tolbert hype."
I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's hype.
Tricks, you team Tolbert. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't
I
nothing
have
wrong.
no hatred for the man. I have no hatred for the man. But we're talking about a sport where you're on the gridiron and it's my best against your best. Physicality, physicality, physicality. I don't see Jalen Tolbert being physical. I just don't. I don't. Yeah, he could take a hit, but do you want to have to take a hit all the time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Lay the hit.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
Do
saying?
you want to be
Lay
taken off your feet like that? Like
the,
that?
seriously.
That? Oh man, I saw that hit. I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is just in the scrimmage, pretty much. How you get lifted like that? Oh,
Lifted
somebody hit
at
him
the
from the
word.
blind side. Like that wasn't a blind side. They just hit him from the side. He has peripheral vision. He could see that. Lower your
Indeed.
damn shoulder.
Quick housekeeping call. Hey man,
Yeah.
if y'all here, y'all enjoying the content, like, share, and subscribe on both channels, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs you nothing to be nice. Just saying.
Appreciate the ones that are rocking with the channels. The Basement Boys, if you're not subscribed to them, please subscribe to them. Up and coming young brother here for the Dallas
Oh, I
Cowboys.
wish I was young. I wish I was young. I'm 43. Oh dear God.
Hey man, I'll be there this month. I'll be
Listen,
43 this
hey,
month.
that's what's up, man. Listen, I'm happy I made it to 43. Where I'm from, that don't happen. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
yeah.
Big
I'm back
time,
to football.
big time show.
Salute.
Retro Games say we were down 3 running backs plus Hunter. That was why, and didn't want to show his hand. Are we talking about the preseason game? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean,
Uh,
he spoke on it with Jesse Holly. You know what I'm saying? He was like, this is and honestly, this is like something that most head coaches take. You know what I'm saying? It's my first year. Why am I going to give everybody else bulletin board material by showing you what I got in the preseason? Me showing you what I got in the preseason is giving y'all one up. No. We want the element of surprise. I like
mhm.
Shotty for that.
Yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. Like I'm a fond believer. Like maybe it's not in the realm of possibility, but I'm a fond believer in having a particular set of particular scheme for the regular season, and then have something completely different that
For
ain't
the
on
playoff.
film for the playoffs.
Honestly, that's exactly how it is on most teams. Just not the Cowboys with their coaching staff that they had previous.
You
I mean, we
know,
12-5 looked really, really good in the regular season, but when you see that same offense, same defense go into the playoffs, and there's no change to it, there's no tweak to it, there's no wrinkles added in, yeah, you're bound to lose. Why do you think Pittsburgh has made it to the playoffs for 18 straight years and have done nothing but go home? They
yeah.
don't give a For one, they don't give a damn about offense. That's number one. They only care about the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And number
yeah.
two, they don't change nothing. They don't change a thing. When teams go into the playoffs playing the likes of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they already know what to do. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna quick pass this joint. You know what I'm saying? Knock their defense off kilter and just meticulously move the ball down the field. They're not going to score on us. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to score on us. So let's make it
Shoot,
happen.
John, I think we need Chuck Norris at the defensive tackle position.
As funny as that is, I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree.
He just look
I mean,
at him.
what was that? What was that, John? Chuck Norris goes in the water, and sharks are afraid of Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Like, Chuck
There's no
Norris
way to
doesn't
carry.
die. Death runs away from Chuck Norris. Like what? Like I would love
There's
to
no
have
way the
that.
Cowboys are carrying 4 running backs and Hunter Lipke. Yeah, unfortunately,
No.
the way of the past has been 4 running backs, including Hunter Lipke. But we have a head coach that is committed, allegedly, committed to the run. So, but I see what you're saying, Big Sarge, and 9 times out of 10 is going to be that way. So if we're going 3, then I would say Jadon Blue, Javante Williams, and Phil Maffa. Then Hunter Lipke.
That I agree, but I reserve the right to change my mind. Okay, I'm
Nah,
going to say that first. I reserve the right to change my mind, depending on what I see out of Malik Davis these next two preseason games.
I mean, I want to see Deuce Vaughn make it.
Yeah, likewise, likewise.
I
I mean,
pound the table for
everybody
Deuce
deserves a fair
Vaughn.
shot. Yeah, everybody deserves a fair shot. Deuce Vaughn included.
Yeah, because I believe they drafted him, and Mike McCarthy didn't know what to do with him, just like he didn't know what to do with Cavante Turpin.
Facts.
You know,
And that's the thing. Like that's the difference between like if we're really going to sit here and critique our coaching staff, look at what we have as opposed to what we had. We have actual coaches in their right spots. We don't have Jeff Blasco coaching the running backs. Jeff
yeah.
Blasco was a tight ends coach, and he wasn't a
Mhm.
very good one at that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. You got Shady, whose claim to fame is running the ball and play calling. Say what you want. He 2 AFC championships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2 AFC championships and two leading rushing teams. So you can't sniff at that right there. I mean, that's nothing to sniff at. So, and then you have Clayton Adams, who came in the league and completely flipped the running game and offensive line around, not in one franchise, but in two. You know what I'm saying? You got Connor Riley, whose complete background is all offensive line. The young man has won 5 football championships, four college football championships. 5, I'm sorry, 5. He's a 5-time winner,
And
and he was an All-American as a left tackle. He is responsible for Cooper Beebe. He is responsible for Deuce Vaughn being in the same conversation as a Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs coming out of college in K-State. So look at what we have as opposed to what we had.
Mhm. And I believe with Connor Riley knowing how to use Deuce Vaughn, being able to go to Brian Schottenheimer and telling him, well, this is how we implemented Deuce Vaughn at K State. This is what we did. We had these guards, these people, shifted. And I think Deuce Vaughn would make more of an impact on this team this year under that guidance than the time that he spent with Mike McCarthy.
I agree. And that's not to say that Mike McCarthy didn't have the right mindset when it came to Deuce. I mean, in some instances, he's right. Get Deuce out into space and let him cook. If you're gonna be under center, you know they can't see him back there. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen some of those good runs from him. You know what I'm saying? Now, were they 15, 20, 30-yard runs? No, they weren't. I mean, with giving up height, you give up something else. You give up speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're fast for a 5'5", 6 guy, but you're not fast for a 6'3", 6'2", 6'1" guy. They have longer legs, longer stride. so they can catch you faster. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
But that's not to say that Deuce Vaughn is a liability. I don't think Deuce Vaughn is even a liability. A
mm-mm,
liability.
nope. Yeah, remember somebody was saying like he's out there playing like he's playing flag football. I'm like, that's a good thing. That's a pretty good thing because if I remember correctly, I watched a documentary where Barry Sanders talked about he ran the ball as if he was playing flag football.
Mhm.
Because if the defender can't grab your flag, they damn sure can't tackle you.
For sure.
You know,
For sure.
so I like that as far as Deuce Vaughn being so shifty enough to where, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
get that man in space.
Drew, your boy Drew has a question. Said, do we truly see Dallas being a run first offense, running the ball 70-30 or 60-40, with two ball hawking receivers and one looking for a huge bag next season? He doesn't see it respectfully.
All right, all right. Last year under Mike McCarthy, I believe we were 60-40. We just, the way we ran the ball, how we ran the ball and what was called at what time, that was two different things. I do see this team being a 60-40 running team, but at the same time, you say that it sounds like you're saying like we're gonna just go out there and air the ball out because we have CD and we got George Pickens now. That helps the run game in my eyes, in a lot of people's eyes. That helps the run game out when you have those two that lightens up the box for your running back is going to be able to do damage. It's just being able to get that right person back there. So, yes, I do feel like we will run the ball a good amount of times. And 70-30, that's just crazy.
Yeah, 70-30 is a bit of a stretch.
Woo.
I say 55-45, only because like the mirroring what Angry said, it's so attractive. It really is. It's so attractive having George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the field. You can put them on the same side. You can even split them apart. It doesn't even matter. Pick your poison. But what will make the offense more dangerous is not just those two. You got Jake Ferguson. You have a number 3 receiver, whichever one you choose. You know what I'm saying? Because your one and your two receivers are taking up your best defenders on a perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Again, it helps out the run game because it's forcing the defense to play with a light box. Now, last season, I understand that even though he had over 1,000 yards carrying, he didn't do well. He didn't have those explosive runs, even when there was light boxes. I get that. But when it all that goes into scheme and then the personnel you have. You know what I'm saying? The running back matters. What running back matters? Because his tools, every running back's tools are different. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like we know Derrick Henry is a man among boys. He's a big 6'4", 260-pound running back who can just he's a bulldozer running down the seams. He's a bulldozer running down the sidelines. But then we also know the more shifty, the more elusive Saquon Barkley, he's also a beast. You know what I'm saying? Two different backs, two different tools, and they both had almost similar numbers last year. They both had almost similar success last season. So it's not so much whether we run it, whether there's a split 60-40, 55-45. It's more what does your running back do well to ensure that you can continuously run the ball effectively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and saying the only like big time you're saying that we will air the ball out. The only time that I see the Dallas Cowboys really airing the ball out is if we get down on the scoreboard. You get down on the scoreboard, then yeah, we're gonna start throwing it. But if the defense can hold their own and hold the team to either a 3 and out or 3 points, there's no need to really air the ball out. You can still commit to the run.
For sure.
But if we're going down 14-0 and stuff like that, then of course any team would air the ball out.
Now, Drew, Um, it is a very young O line, but it's a very young O line with another year of experience, with exception to Tyler Booker. With exception to Tyler Booker, we don't know what he is yet. But if I know Dak like I know Dak from past years, Dak doesn't mind taking the check down. That actually bodes well for your offensive line. They don't have to block that hard. They don't have to hold their blocks if you're going to quick pass game. And then like what most people would deem airing out is anything over 20 yards.
All right.
I saw Tom Brady win 7 championships not throwing the ball down the field over 20 yards.
Oh, but they'll call Dak dink and dunk, dink and Dak. Like, I honestly wish that they would go back to that because that was the true West Coast
That's a
style of
staple.
offense. It was
That's,
quick passes, get them out, get them out, get them
mhm,
out.
that's
And
a
I believe
staple.
that he was definitely successful with that. Sure, Dak Prescott has the arm, and those wide receivers have the capability to stretch the field, get the ball down to him, especially George Pickens now. But I feel that wearing a like, what happens if, we receive the ball, get the ball at our own 30-yard line, and our running back goes for 70 yards, scores? That allows their defense to rest. What you want to do is not in that whole haymaker to knock them out. You want to continue to hit them with body blows,
Facts.
That's why I was so perplexed when I would hear people say, well, Rico Dowdle didn't even have a run over 20 yards. It's like, come on. I mean, do you just want them to score a touchdown so that their defense doesn't get tired? Like,
Did you
body
know
blows.
a fun fact for everybody? Did you know Jerome Bettis didn't really have many rushes over 30 yards? Did you know Jerome Bettis was probably one of the one halfbacks in the league who could literally beat you down by himself? James Conner, he's another one.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have to go. He does not have to be the home run hitting guy. He will pound you. No Diddy.
Yeah.
No Diddy. Can't even fucking speak.
Yeah.
But he would he would he would run the ball at
There
you
you go.
without stopping. Okay, like damn man, can't even have a
we,
conversation.
yeah, we gotta think about what we're saying. Like, oh yeah.
Oh shit, man. Like fuck you, Diddy. Like, damn it.
But John's right here. He says we don't need 25 to 30-yard plays from our running backs. Just
We don't.
consistent 4 to 6 yards, sticks and chains moving chunks. Yeah.
If you get 3
Exactly.
runs for 4 yards, what's 3 times 4?
A first down.
And 2 yards.
12.
And 2 yards. You know what I'm saying? So like it's sort of like look at the Eagles, right? Look at your Eagles. They say, oh no, when we get out on the field, it's 1st and 9.
Yeah. Because they know they got that yard and that tush push.
I want to be able to say, oh, when we get out there on the field, all we got to do is run the ball 3 times. And if we don't, if we can't run the ball 3 times, all we got to do is just pass it twice.
And real talk, if it's like that, if it's like 4th and 1, you know they're going for it.
Yeah.
You know they're going
Yeah.
for it. Stop us. That's what it is. Big time
Angry?
shit. The same.
I don't know how long you're going to be on here, but I actually have some work to do.
All right, my dog. All right,
Yeah,
bro.
man. I don't know how long you're going to be on here, but if you are still on by the time I'm done, I'll be back.
Nah, I'm gonna have to work on the podcast episode as well, but I'll just be on for a few more minutes. But I appreciate you jumping on, man. Appreciate you coming up here and talking football with us.
Definitely, man. I always enjoy it, man. It's a great space to be on. Chat,
Yes,
I respect y'all. Y'all awesome. I appreciate the questions. I hope I answered them to your liking. Again, I don't proclaim to know everything. I just give you my take, and whatever happens, happens. But with that being said, it's your boy Hoodie Kush from the Basement Boys. Do my guy Angry a big favor. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe. And if you would kindly go over to my channel, do the same. That would be greatly appreciated. Cost you nothing to be kind. You heard? With that being said, the Basement Boys out.
All right, bro. I'll holla.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That was Hoodie Kush in the building. Yes, if you're not subscribed to Hoodie Kush, the Basement Boys, DA Basement Boys, please I highly advise that you go over there and subscribe to the channel. Another content creator that is doing his damn thing for the Dallas Cowboys. But see, Drew, you said ACF, that is the big question. I think Dallas defense will struggle early. That could be an issue. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking at, with the question marks that we have at the cornerback position, when people are going to be coming back, if Trayvon Diggs will be available, and he's looking all right in practice. He's looking all right out at Oxnard, and I think today was the last day at Oxnard, if I'm not mistaken. But we have that question mark. We have the question mark at defensive tackle. The brother Okoye Media actually broke down Mozzie Smith's tape, and Mozzie Smith is not as bad as a lot of people would like to paint him out to be. So hopefully this year he can take a little bit of a jump for us to help us out in that interior defensive line. But am I over here? Dang, I'm over here glitching. But I mean, I feel like we have the edge rushers, we have the linebackers, we do have the safeties when Donovan Wilson ain't getting cooked. But and I've said this numerous times, and I'll continue to go on record as saying it, that I truly feel the 2021 season. I do. This whole off season, the people that we have as far as between offense and defense, I feel 2021 vibes. I feel 2021 vibes. Oh, we got Jared Jones in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? The pass game is the biggest strength on paper. You can't cover Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson. And hey, throw a Cavante Turpin out there in a spread formation. What they gonna do then? What are they gonna do then? Phew, boy, we got weapons on the offensive side of the ball. One weapon that I wish that they would have taken some stock in is that running back position. I really wish they would have. And it just seems like a lot of people in Cowboys Nation, it's like we have to big up what we get. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we could have had these people in the first round, in the second round, but at the same time, in the second round, would you give up a Donovan as a Raku for blah, Travion Henderson or whoever? Would you have given that up? But Darian says last year when Dak went down, McCarthy wanted to run the ball the last minute while Rush and Lance was under center. Yeah, but Mike McCarthy being a passing coach, him being that air the ball out type coach, I really feel like the inside zones and stuff with the wrong, like he would run inside zone with Deuce Vaughn. Why? Like, why are you going to do that? Put that man out in space. Get that man on a screen. Have that man going in motion and then just toss the ball out to him. Let him do him in open space. That's what I was hoping to see from Mike McCarthy, but it just seems like he couldn't get that going. I was hoping to see that, from Cavante Turpin. He just couldn't get that going when he took that slant to the crib. It's like, man, get Cavante Turpin the ball. Nope, they sit him on the bench. Just go ahead and go in during special teams. Thank you for that touchdown, but you can sit down. No, use all the weapons that we have. Use every single one of them. He says he loves money too. That was a different era in football. Respectfully, Trick says people that say that about Rico don't understand that Derrick Henry style. Word. All right, I just want to get through all you guys' comments because I done had y'all on here for an hour and 18 minutes. Hour and 18 minutes is actually almost a full feature-length film. So y'all done been rocking with me for a minute, and I know it's been a minute since I've gone live. And with the NFL season coming up, Sports Junkie is going to be back. We're going to be doing the Facts Over Feelings. I'm going to continue to be going live on the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. So y'all will be seeing more of my ugly face. Shoot. All right, Jerry. Oh, y'all just having a conversation amongst yourselves. All right, my bad. Creative Edge. What's good, Angry and Hoodie? Maybe y'all can let me know. Don't get it. Why in the world would this front office not try to get an established one tech? I believe in Shoddy, but they're handicapping him. And that's my thing. Like, even with the whole Micah Parsons contract situation, you're handicapping your year one defensive coordinator. And I understand that Matt Eberflus has been a Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator in the past, but it ain't the past. This is 2025, a whole new day in the NFL. They need to get Micah Parsons signed so that Matt Eberflus can open his toy on Christmas to be able to play with him. And no diddy. But as far as the one tech, they have been neglecting the one tech spot as well as the running back spot for years. And I mean, they did put a premium pick in that one tech, getting the one tech in Mozzie Smith. And I am hoping, I am praying for Mozzie's sake that he can do more because, he took accountability for the Rams game. Even though he wasn't super bad in the Rams game, he took accountability saying that he wasn't doing anything. So hopefully taking that accountability, we can see what he has with the Baltimore Ravens, because y'all know the Baltimore Ravens is a run team, but I don't think they're going to be doing any of the RPO type stuff with Cooper Rush in the game, so we're not going to be able to get that type of stuff from the Baltimore Ravens, but just to see if you could stop it, because we're going to be dealing with some teams this year that's going to be that run pass option team. Obviously the Philadelphia Eagles is one of those main teams, and so can the Kansas City Chiefs. They can definitely pull that off. So we definitely have to hit the ground running when it comes to the regular season, and getting us a one tech and a cornerback would actually help this defense out tremendously. I don't understand why they haven't signed Gilly Lock back. I don't understand that. Why haven't y'all signed Gilly? Get this man in there. Just even if he's an insurance policy, if you got Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and Gilly Lock out there on the field, I feel so much better about this cornerback room. You have a veteran presence in that cornerback room that could teach these guys. I mean, you got Trayvon Diggs. He's gotten his bag before, but Gilly has been to the promised land. I shouldn't say promised land. He's been to pay dirt pretty much. He has been to a Super Bowl. So he knows what it is. That's who I want my men to be learning from. Get this man in the building. And I also seen that Odell Beckham Jr. is out there trying to find a team. If you were the Cowboys GM, would you bring in Odell Beckham Jr. to be that wide receiver 3? Could you imagine CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, OBJ? That would be a dangerous wide receiver core. Real talk. All right, Jared says, I see many fans freaking out over the preseason game versus the Rams. If we played all of our starters and the outcome was the same, we have a problem. We're just seeing how our secondary performs. Jared, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Yo, if it was Dak Prescott and them out there and it was looking like that, or Micah Parsons and the first string guys out there looking like that, yes, we absolutely have a problem. Back to the drawing board before the regular season starts. We got to figure this shit out quick. But it's future Uber drivers, it's future contractors that are out there trying to vouch for a position on the team. So it's gonna look like that. So don't put too much stock in on the preseason as far as we lost this game, so we're gonna suck this year. No. It's not that polarized. It's not that black and white. Have faith. Have faith that Brian Schottenheimer is keeping things a little close to the chest, and he doesn't want to, unveil everything out in a preseason game. That way these teams can say, oh, this is what they're running during the year, so we got the preseason to look at now. No. So I feel like with Brian Schottenheimer keeping it close to the chest, that was an actual good football IQ thing to do. Some people are against it. Go out there and run what you're going to run. But why? To give your opposing team tactical advantage over you. No, no, it's all about, being tactical in the NFL. 30% physical, 70% mental. True cowboy. If we get the running game going early, it will open up the passing game. Yeah, yeah. But vice versa too. If let's say week one we go out there and Brian Schottenheimer opens up the game like he opened up the game against the Rams with Joe Milton, having Dak Prescott throw 6 times. And just think him actually completing those 6 passes. What's that going to do for the defense? The defense is going to be like, oh, shoot, we got to lock down this pass. And what is that going to do? That's going to lighten your box, allowing the run to commence. But it's all about the physicality. It's all about the physicality in the trenches. Your offensive line has to beat their defensive line. And week one, the Philadelphia Eagles have a defensive line. They have one of the best, if not the best, in the business right now. So you got to come with it. You got to come wanting to be the villain, wanting to play spoiler at Lincoln Financial on week one. It's going to be a heavy task. I ain't going to be that type of fan where it's like, oh, we're going to go in there, we're going to kick the Philadelphia Eagles' ass. This is going to be a task. Are the Dallas Cowboys up to said task? We'll find out during that season opener, Cowboys Nation. But I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm doing rain dances and shit. Hopefully we can get this. Miss Adika Charles, how are you doing? Happy evening to you tonight. It's good to see y'all. But it's been almost an hour and 30 minutes, Cowboys Nation. So I actually got to get off here. I got to eat the rest of my dinner. I also got to go smoke me a joint. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, I promise you we're going to go live even more. Talk to the homie Sports Junkie today. We're going to be starting back up the Facts Over Feelings. So make sure y'all look out for that. If you're not subscribed to the Facts Over Feelings channel, go over there, subscribe to it. And we're going to get it going for this season. We're going to be loud. We're going to be proud. We're going to be DC for life. And I want y'all to be a part of it. If y'all got friends who want to be a part of it, let them know what we do here. Go ahead and invite them over. Tell them to kick their feet up. And, hey, we all family over here. But I truly appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with content creators. Sometimes we can disagree, sometimes we can agree, but that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? That reciprocity, that back and forth. It's never a one-way street. And that's what I want y'all to know about the Angry Cowboys fan. It's never a one-way street. I value what you guys got to say just like you value what I got to say. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. If you have not hit that like button coming in, please hit that like button on the way out. We got to get back in the algorithm. After going camping, YouTube kind of kicked me in my ass and said, nope. Now you got to put in even more work. So I need y'all help. Hit that like button, share the content, subscribe. And what does Henny say? Smack the nearest Eagles fan in the mouth. Y'all, I love you, Cowboys Nation. I'm out.